This is a mission for physicians across continents, PAC, in Ormoc City in Philippines' devastated northern center. It is an exhibition to assess the situation of the recent Haiyan typhoon victims, a task that usually precedes fieldwork for any action taken by PAC. From this place, from the heart of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, PAC was launched more than 10 years ago, carrying its humanitarian message to the whole world. It is a message carried to more than 27 countries around the world, examining and treating more than 1 million patients and performing thousands of superior surgical procedures. It is the achievement accomplished with the help of Allah, and then the great support received by PAC from donors and supporters of the concept of PAC and its humanitarian mission. PAC's qualified medical teams contributed to the prevention and treatment of the widespread endemics in Africa and Asia. They performed the first surgical operations in countries such as the Comoros and Sierra Leone. These operations included gender correction, in addition to cerebral and neurology procedures. Our teams treated hundreds of inguinal hernia cases in Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, in the first of its kind campaign in this region, which suffers from the spread of tumors resulting from the tough nature of their daily work for living. In Niger, our teams set out pioneering campaigns to treat the female patients of urinary fistula, widespread in the poorest country of the world. As for cardiac surgeries, PAC has made successes in Mauritania, Kyrgyzia, and Sudan. Performing superb surgical operations and treatment of patients are not the only activities of PAC. It also provides training of doctors and technicians in poor countries, and dispatching them in scholarships in developed countries in the specialty, such as Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and others. PAC is currently building a specialized center in Niger to create a generation of qualified medical professionals in West Africa. PAC's scope of work also includes relief of the blight-afflicted regions and disaster areas in the world. In Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and the Philippines, PAC helped victims of floods and earthquakes. PAC is still operating in Somalia since the famine that has stricken this troubled country on the 20th of July 2011. There, PAC managed to reinstate Banadir Hospital, the most important in the country. For the first time in more than 20 years, PAC has succeeded in the provision of a factory to produce and refill oxygen in Somalia to contribute to the solution of the problems of oxygen shortage in many hospitals in Somalia. As for the Syrian refugees fleeing from the situation in their country, PAC took care of them. Since the outbreak of the events in June 2011, PAC has been there in the neighboring Lebanon, Turkey, and Jordan until today. PAC has succeeded in treating hundreds of thousands of refugees and displaced people. PAC has carried out programs and projects including artificial limbs, rehabilitation, and cerebrospinal cord injuries, early preparations and response for epidemics and chemical effects, children vaccination, and supply of medicine. In addition, PAC established 13 fixed and mobile hospitals, a neonatal intensive care unit, dispatching dozens of specialized medical trams with special attention to orthopedics and plastic surgery.